Hello DB besties and welcome back to the DesignBundles YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon below. We're here every week with all the crafty tips, tricks, and tutorials, and even some great tips on starting your own crafty business. So definitely hit that button below. We don't want you to miss a thing. Okay friends, today we are talking about from passion to profit, turning your crafting hobby into a business. I know so many of you are interested in either creating some side income with your crafting hobby or turning it into a full-fledged, full-time income. And there are honestly so many ways you can get started doing that. And so we want to talk about those today, especially some ways you can really get started moving in that direction if you are a complete beginner to making money with your crafting hobby. So today we're going to talk about everything from understanding your audience and your market to how to find files to create products that sell, where to sell, how to set all that up, and even how to market your business a little bit, all from like 10,000 feet. So we're not going to get into all the nitty-gritty details today, but we are going to talk to you about that whole process, how to get started in it, what to expect, what tools to look into, and just different things you can do to go ahead and get started on this passion to profit venture and just know what you're getting into. I think creating a side business or a full-time business out of your crafting hobby is incredibly rewarding and something that is also not to be taken lightly. So we want to make sure you have all the information so you can do it successfully. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about today is understanding your market. And that really comes down to understanding your ideal audience and also understanding what kind of products they would really enjoy or what kind of products fulfill a pain point for them. What I mean by that is you're probably not for everybody, and you honestly shouldn't be for everybody. Every product, every service-based business, everything you sell is meant for a specific time, place, or need. So you really want to think about that in advance so you can meet your customer where they are when you're doing your marketing, but also so that you can create a product that really fulfills a need for them. So maybe you create tumblers, but instead of creating all different types of tumblers, you decide to create tumblers for sports. So maybe your ideal audience is moms whose kids are in club sports or travel sports, and you create tumblers and mugs and to-go cups that fulfill the need of something to put in their sports bag to take with them or something for mom to carry in the bleachers. Understanding who that ideal audience is will not only help you understand what kind of products to make or what to make them look like, but it also helps you understand what kind of keywords to use in your product title and your product description. It helps you with SEO, which we're going to talk about in just a couple minutes. But it helps you get in front of your audience where they are looking for products already. So not only will you generate sales quicker, you'll also generate more sales because you understand who you're selling to and what they need. So to get started in this process, one of the first things you really need to do is decide what do you like to make. People have all different kinds of crafting passions and ventures that they like to pursue. And I would start by thinking about what do you enjoy and what do you like to make? So maybe you're a crocheter and you like making crocheted animals. That already sends you off in a very specific direction. Or maybe you love sublimation, so you may consider going towards tumblers or even sublimated shirts or sublimated coasters or mouse pads. Maybe you're into quilting. Maybe you're into creating large banners and you decide you want to create stencils for people to use on those large banners. Maybe you are into painting and you want to create painting kits. Maybe you're into painting ceramics and so you want to create stencils and stickers and decals for that. Maybe you like creating vinyl projects, so you create decals, stickers, sticker sheets, or maybe something else entirely. Obviously with crafting, the options are quite literally endless, but start with yourself and start thinking about what you like to make and what you enjoy. Not only is that gonna make it easier for you to make this product for hours and hours on end, but it's also gonna make it easier for you to identify your ideal audience because most of the time, if you're making something you love, your ideal audience is you. So all you have to do is find people out there that are like you who would wanna purchase your product. So I would encourage you not to get too hung up in what is the trending product right now? What's the trending thing that people are doing? I see a lot of that on social media media where people say, oh, this is selling really well on Etsy right now. And I've even fallen prey sometimes to thinking, oh, I could make that. But if it's not something I truly enjoy, if it's not something that I'm really interested in, I'm gonna be starting from ground zero on that product, whereas so many other people who already make that product and already love making that product are many, many steps ahead of me. Not to mention, by the time I do all the groundwork, make the product, find the audience, market to the audience, that trending product may not be so trending anymore. So I would encourage you not to fall too victim to that mentality and instead start with what you love to make. That doesn't mean you can't branch out and start creating more and more eventually, but I do think in the beginning, it's good to have a focus because that's gonna help you identify your audience, market to that audience, and have a focused effort in the beginning to start making sales. Once you've kind of thought about what you like, the second part of understanding your market is trying to figure out what your market and what your audience is searching for. I do have a tool that I love to use for this, and it's called AnswerthePublic. I'm gonna pull it up really quick so you can see it here. AnswerthePublic is a really cool tool that helps you see what people are searching for on the internet. So this is really exciting because if you understand your product or your brand and your audience, you can actually target in to what people search for in relation to that product, which is gonna help you identify what you could make to fill that need. So a cool thing about AnswerthePublic that you can see here is you can look for what people search for on Google, you can look for what people search for on Bing, YouTube, TikTok, or even Amazon. So for products, we could start with Amazon, and let's say I am a crocheter. I'm not a crocheter, but maybe I am. So I'm gonna search crochet animal, and I'm gonna see kind of what comes up when I search that. You can see that as it's generating results, it's gonna kind of look for different questions people ask, different prepositions, things that people click, what the search volume is. And all of that is gonna really help us see what people are looking for in relation to this product. So I can see that people look for crochet animal for rear view mirror quite a bit. It has a pretty high search volume on that. Crochet animal for baby, crochet animal for car, for newborn, for beginners, and for mom. So looking at these kind of major things that are being searched for, I'm already getting so many product ideas that I know will do well because AnswerthePublic is telling me people are already searching for that item. So because I started with something I love to make, I don't really love it, but we're pretending that I do. Because I started with something that I love to make and I think, okay, I already know how to do this and I already enjoy it. I kind of know who the audience is because they're people like me. And now I've gone a step further and this is exactly what people want in this market. So maybe I'm gonna do a whole line of cute little crochet animals that can hang from your rear view mirror. Perfect. People want those. It fulfills 2 of these searches. Or maybe I'm gonna make little crochet animals for when a new baby is born and I'm gonna have a little spot on the ear to put birth weight or birthday. Something like that would clearly do well because it's another thing that people are searching for quite a bit. Also, you can see that I'm using the free subscription here for AnswerthePublic. You can pay to unlock Pro. You may want to do that if you end up using this quite a bit. I use just the free version for now. Then if I scroll down here, I can also see that people are looking for them already made. People are looking for applique patterns. People are looking for books that kind of look like crochet, curtain tiebacks, and you can see kind of all these other things that people search for. These are kind of lower in search volume. Our big ones are going to be the ones up here, and I would kind of focus a lot of my attention on that. You can see how AnswerthePublic would be a really great resource to help you find a product to zero in on that is already in demand. So that's really the first thing I wanted to talk about today, which is understanding your market. And if you can do that first before you actually start creating, I promise you will save so much time on the back end and you'll end up creating a product that you genuinely love and enjoy creating. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about today is having design files to create your products. So a lot of crafting projects obviously require design files, whether you're doing sublimation, whether you're doing SVG files for vinyl decals or stickers or tumblers or sublimation wraps, or even embroidery patterns or quilting patterns or crochet patterns. A lot of the time, we're not creating our own designs for this, and we're looking for designs that are already out there that we can use on the products that we want to sell. I do want to talk to you about DesignBundles.net for this because it is the perfect game changer to save you time when it comes to hunting down files for your projects. And most of the files you purchase on DesignBundles.net include a commercial license, which means you can sell the products you make with that file. And I will just tell you, as a crafter myself, that is incredibly rare and hard to find. And if you have a Plus membership with the Design Bundles, which I highly recommend, I have one myself and I have regretted it this many times. If you have a Plus membership, commercial licenses are included with the SVGs that you download. So not only is this going to save you a ton of time as a crafty business owner, it's also going to save you a lot of money because you're not going to be paying for commercial licenses with every file that you purchase. And if you purchase a file from those other guys, a lot of times you're going to pay additionally for a commercial license, and sometimes you have to pay additionally for each product you put that item on, or you're going to spend a lot of time even just trying to find a file that allows you to sell that product commercially. So I would highly recommend checking out Design Bundles for all of your design file needs when it comes to having a crafty business, because the legwork of having that commercial license is already done for you. And there are so many included files with a Plus membership that you honestly will probably never pay additionally for files ever again, I would venture to say. So let's look at that really fast. I'm going to show you how you could look for some files for your next product, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here I am on the Design Bundles homepage. Let's talk about garden flags, because if you're into sublimation, garden flags are really fun to create. They're really popular, especially this time of the year because it's nice and warm outside. But even so, if you're a gardener yourself and that's something you're passionate about, this is a great product to consider. So let's look at garden flags. I'm just going to search garden flag here, and we're going to see what comes up. And I'm also going to filter, as you can see right here, by what's included in a Plus membership, so you can kind of see what you could be downloading for free to sell in your little crafty business. So we can see here, there's already some really cute ones. This one is a mock-up, which is great. We're going to talk about that when we get to marketing at the end of this video, but you will need good quality images to sell your product. And Design Bundles does also have lots of great mock-up templates to do that. So that's exciting. But we can see here, we've got some really cute files. All of these are included in a Plus membership. All of these include a commercial license. I think these are really fun because this is something that you could personalize for people if you wanted to create a personalized product. We've got some good holiday ones here. We've got some really cute 4th of July ones, summer ones. You can see as I kind of start scrolling more quickly that there are so many options just for this one very specific product. And a lot of them are different styles, they're different aesthetics. You could really branch out and save yourself a ton of time because you're not having to create all of these files from scratch. So I really wanted to highlight that for you as kind of the second part of this video, because I think finding good quality design files and making sure that you are within the bounds of a commercial license can be a huge hurdle for people to cross over when they're starting a crafty business. And if you don't create your own files, which can be relatively time consuming, it can be something that causes people to freeze up and not be able to move forward with their plans of starting a crafty business. So I think this is a wonderful, wonderful solution. I would highly encourage you, even if you don't have a Plus membership yet, to just hop in there and go see what's available within your niche. I think that you will be pleasantly surprised and have a lot of great options. Okay, let's get into part 3 of this video, which is setting up your online shop. So at this point, we've found our ideal audience, we've found our niche, we know what we love to create, we've started there, we've used AnswerthePublic to figure out some great products to make. Then we've hopped over to Design Bundles and found tons of good sublimation files or SVG files or embroidery patterns to actually make our products. We're excited, we're starting to make things and create some stock, and we're ready to go, put it online somewhere and sell it. I don't want to spend too much time on this section because, quite frankly, I think a lot of where you decide to sell your product is personal preference. And there's a lot of people out there who will tell you to use one thing or another thing. And honestly, I think a lot of it is just whatever works best for you and what you feel the most comfortable, competent, and confident with. But I will say a couple things, and that is really your options are to sell on an existing online platform like Etsy, or to self-host and sell on your own website that you build through Shopify, Wix, or something similar. There are obviously pros and cons to each of those strategies. But I will say that as a first-time business owner just getting started, or if you're just wanting to do this for a side hustle or side income, I would highly recommend using a already built platform that you can sell through, like Etsy. And the reason I would suggest that is because Etsy is already a platform that so many people go to find the products that they want to purchase, and they're already headed there right off the bat to look for handmade items. So you're kind of getting out in front of your ideal audience a little bit easier, and your marketing efforts are going to be rewarded that much quicker because you're not having to introduce people to a brand new brand, business, website, and then drive traffic to that website. So I would really consider something like an Etsy for that, because you can always move it off of Etsy onto your own personal website later once you start getting the traffic that you desire. Things I will say about setting up your online shop in rapid fire are: have good photography for your products, make them look professional, make them look wonderful. You can use mock-ups like we saw on DesignBundles.net to help you create great product imagery if you don't have a good place set up to take pictures of your products. And make sure you have SEO-friendly product titles and descriptions, whether you're selling on your own website or on a platform like Etsy. What I mean by SEO is, it stands for Search Engine Optimization. And what SEO is essentially including keywords in your titles and descriptions that are things that people are already searching for. So what I would use for this is exactly what we used back in step 1, and that's Answer the Public. I would go search my product that I'm planning to sell and see what kind of words people search for adjacent to that product. So when we searched crochet animals earlier in this video, we saw people search crochet animals for beginners, for cars, for rear view mirror, for newborns. And I would include words like that in my title. So my title for a product might be crochet animal rabbit for newborn baby gift, comma, car, rear view mirror, whatever. Obviously you couldn't have a product that was both of those things. Well, maybe you could, but you probably don't. But if I was creating it as a product for a baby, that might be the title. Or if I was creating it for my car, it might be crochet rabbit hanging in rear view mirror for car, for automobile, for whatever. But you can see how I'm trying to include some of those words that I know people are searching for, because it's going to increase traffic to my product and thereby increase the likelihood that someone is going to purchase that product. No matter where you're selling, great product images and great SEO on those titles and descriptions, and you are going to be off to the races on your crafty business. The last thing I want to talk about today are some potential products that you could sell if you're needing some ideas to get started. And I have a couple with me today that I have made from DesignBundles files, so I want to show those to you really quick. I've had a lot of fun making these over the past few weeks, and I hope these will help jog your creative ideas and help you think of what you could be selling. I'm also going to tell you why I picked each of these items, because obviously really the options are endless when it comes to what you could sell online. And again, I want you to start with the idea of what do I love to create and what really just brings me creative energy, freedom, and joy, because honestly, that is going to be the best starting point you could ever have. But I'm hoping these will help jog your ideas a little bit. So first we have tumblers. Tumblers will never not be a good product to sell because everybody loves a new thing to drink out of, and they will always be a popular gift item. This one is sublimated, and then I added vinyl to the front. So this is a way you could personalize this product, and you could obviously theme it by whatever you're interested in, whether that's sports, seasons, characters, fun, funky patterns, and the wording on the front really creates additional opportunities for cute sayings, quotes, names, etc. So I think tumblers are a great choice, especially if you love sublimation. They ship really easily. They're a little more expensive to ship, but they're so commonly purchased that I think people are really accustomed to that shipping cost by now. So you shouldn't have a lot of a hurdle on that, which is why I think tumblers are a really great first product to think about. You also can buy tumblers in bulk. So if you really wanted to focus in on tumblers, because the opportunities are so endless with how you could design them and decorate them, you could really save on your upfront costs by purchasing these guys in bulk and then just making an array of different designs. The next thing I want to talk about that I've actually seen a lot of lately are coasters. So this is a sublimated coaster that I created, but I've also seen people paint on them. I've seen people create crocheted coasters. I've seen people decorate them with with vinyl. There's really a lot you could do here, and the great news about coasters is, once again, they're easy to create, especially if you like sublimation like this one is, but also they're really easy to ship. So you can buy these relatively inexpensively and in bulk, and they ship neatly and tightly for a really inexpensive rate, which makes your upfront cost that much better. Another one I've seen a ton of lately are these little Motel keychains. Here's one that I created recently that says, "Howdy." Love this one. I actually etched it with my Glowforge and then filled it in with some acrylic paint to create a little more dimension there. But these, again, ship so easily, ship so cheaply. You can buy them in massive quantities. You can decorate them in a lot of different ways, whether that's paint, vinyl, or using a laser cutter to etch or engrave them. And you can do them in a lot of different styles. So I think they're very fun, I think they're very cute, and they're pretty inexpensive, so it's not hard to convince people to purchase them because they're cheap. This is one of my personal favorites because I love a good vinyl layering moment. Vinyl decals. So you could choose to go ahead and put these on a product, but I've also seen a lot of people sell vinyl decals literally as the decal. So again, easy to ship, which is always something that is on my mind, and also relatively easy to make because your items that you need to make it are basically just vinyl and transfer tape. And you could do these in such a large variety of styles, aesthetics, seasons, designs, that you could really have an entire shop dedicated to just vinyl decals that people can put on their own items. You can create bumper stickers, window clings, decals for cups, tumblers, mugs, computers, water bottle decals. The opportunities are endless for your marketing and thinking about how you want to give people a use case for this decal. But really the important thing to think about if you go the decal route is helping people understand how to use it. So you might want this to be called Sloth Computer Decal Sticker and then show pictures of it on a computer. But if you can help people understand how to use the decal and decide how you want to do that, you can really have a lot of fun with these, and I love creating them. And then the last thing is mouse pads. So this is a sublimated mouse pad, and really this is supposed to be just representative of tech gadgets. I think a lot of people make phone cases, mouse pads, computer mats, and so much more. These are really fun. I love that they're sublimatable, but you could also decorate them with vinyl or some other item. And again, they ship easily. They're really relatively inexpensive. You can buy them in bulk. All the great makings of a product, and you can do them in your own aesthetic, style, design, however you want. I love these. You could also cut these down or do them a little bit differently and make them like pot holder trivets or something like that. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with these. So another thing to think about. All that being said, this is just a very overhead view of turning your crafting hobby into a business. I hope this gave you tons of ideas. I hope you leave this video feeling so creatively excited about what you can do with your crafting hobby and how you can maybe make a little side income from it or even turn it into a full-fledged business. There's obviously so much more to talk about on this topic, so let me know in the comments what you want to hear about next. Maybe we can talk about how to market your business, how to create an email list, all things that I'm incredibly passionate about and would love to talk about. Let me know what you're interested in and we can make more videos on it. If you have no idea who I am, I'm Laura. You can connect with me personally at It's Laura Lambert anywhere on social media. Shoot me a DM, let me know what you're making. I would love to connect with you. And you can even follow my own personal channel here on YouTube. It is again at It's Laura Lambert. I would love for you to see what I'm making over there and connect with me over there as well as here. If you haven't subscribed by now, please do. What are you waiting for? Hit the button below to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. We will be back next week with more crafty tutorials, tips, tricks, etc., and even more info on starting your own crafting business. So again, it's been so fun to hang out with you today. Don't forget to comment below what you want to hear about or see next. But until then, I will see you next week, DB Besties.